All right. I've got friends and family who watch this channel who are going to be um, surprised by this, I guess. Well, maybe not. I guess you suspected it for some time. I recently moved and I was reflecting on my gender and my sexual identity, which is not something you ever really do nowadays. Um, but I just moved, so I figured now's the time to do it. And I realized, I drink red wine at night. I've seen the TV show Friends like 4 times through. I'm caring, I'm empathetic, and I have never lost an argument, right? I'm basically a woman. Look, it is not in any way a new idea that people contain masculine and feminine aspects in their psyche. The depth psychologist Carl Jung, of whom this channel is in part named after, referred to this phenomenon when he talks about the anima and the animus. The anima being the feminine spirit in men, and the animus being the masculine spirit in women. And this idea permeates cultures all over the world, and it's no wonder. As everyone knows, stereotypically masculine characteristics like being stern and stoic can be embodied by males and females, just like stereotypically feminine characteristics can be embodied by males and females, right? Anyone can wear pink and look good, clearly. So those people who explicitly identify as non-binary are not saying anything meaningful, because if you believe that gender is a socially constructed spectrum, then everyone falls somewhere on that spectrum and is therefore non-binary. And some people who are just confusing things will say, I'm non-binary as it relates to sex. You can't be non-binary as it relates to sex. You are either male, female, or intersex. But intersex is not an identity, it's a description of a biological reality, just like male and female is. Let me put my gender studies hat on for a second and point out that society has this terrible habit of grouping people together who really shouldn't be grouped together, like lesbians, gays, transgender people, also non-binary people, which again, non-binary is not a thing independent of everyone being non-binary. There is no non-binary identity. There is only the reality of being a human, which is to be non-binary. And so again, we're putting all of these people together and we're doing it so that heteronormative, cis-gendered people feel more comfortable putting people in a box and going, oh, they're different from us. That's the point of that. And it is so foolish because then you start to make assumptions. Oh, this person's part of the LGBTQ community, which isn't a thing because they don't have community meetings. Okay, certainly there's no representatives of the community because no one's elected to speak on their behalf any more than there's a white community or a black community. I get these are shorthand terms and they can have their uses, but people really need to think like, wait, is it really a community we're talking about? Is really everyone in these boxes the same? How pathetic to be reduced to a single dimension, and like as a straight white male, I get negatively reduced to a single dimension, and that's okay. That's obviously shitty. But I think like, oh, well, isn't it a good thing if we think that like all lesbian people have had a similar experience in being oppressed by society, or all black people have had a similar experience? Isn't that a good thing because like you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, you're acknowledging their experience? It's like, no, that's called literally stereotyping. It's stupid. And this non-binary thing, that what this is, again, me being non-binary, I can speak to this. And everyone watching being non-binary, you can receive this and you have a right to think this. It's an attempt to buy into a community that is oppressed to get victim points. That's what it is. It is straight people who have never taken any hormones, who have not gone through the very difficult process of transitioning, and then wanting to claim that they're now part of the LGBTQ identity without having to do anything about it, right? So non-binary people are everyone. We're all non-binary. And so one effective and fair way to think about it is applying syndrome to this issue, where everyone is non-binary. That's true. Everyone is non-binary. So effectively, if everyone is non-binary,
no one will be.
That's my opinion as a non-binary person. Anyway, good luck and Godspeed.